Hello everyone. So today we're going to look at present perfect, but we will look at questions that we can make using present perfect. So when we use present perfect, the type of questions that we make start with the word have. So have you ever, have they ever, have you, plus the past participle, etc. make questions with present perfect. So today we are going to look at a few ways to make questions and to answer the questions. This is how you ask questions in present perfect. So you can ask a question, for example, have you ever eaten caviar? In present perfect, we make a question like so. Have you ever eaten caviar? Now, there are two ways to answer this question. You can either say yes or you can either say no. So yes, I have, or no, I haven't. So these are the two ways that you can answer a question when asked in present perfect. So let's see another example. In this example, if I ask you something like this, have you ever been to Antarctica? So if you have been to Antarctica, you would say yes, I have. Or if you haven't been to Antarctica, you would reply negative with no, I haven't. Now, if you notice, you will not repeat the whole question. For example, yes, I have been to Antarctica. It's not important. You can answer very short, in a very short sentence. You can say, yes, I have, if you agree, or no, I haven't, if you disagree. So this is one of the ways that you can answer questions in present perfect. So how do you make present perfect? And especially questions in present perfect. So let's see an example here. Let's see the structure. The structure of the questions in present perfect are like this. You say have, and then the subject, and then you would use the verb in past participle, followed by the rest of the sentence or the complement. So when I say, have you ever eaten caviar? Remember that I'm asking you if something happened. If you ever in your life ate caviar. So whenever you use the word ever, which is an adverb, you will always use when you want to know if something happened ever. Something happened in the past. So this is how you will use the structure to make a question. Remember, you have to use have and the subject plus the verb in past participle followed by the complement or the rest of the sentence. Okay? Now let's look at a few more questions. You can make questions with I, you, he, she, they. Remember that with he or she, you will use has and not have. Please do not use have with he or she or it. So here are a few examples. If I ask a question, have you worked? Have they worked? Have I worked? Have we worked? Please remember that you would use the past participle of the verb work. So the past participle of the verb worked is worked. So have I worked, have you worked, have we worked, and have they worked. Now this works in both ways. It works with regular verbs and irregular verbs. So if you see the verb write, have I written? So this becomes the past participle of the verb write, is written. So have I written, have you written, have we written, or have they written. Please remember that with present perfect, we always use the past participle of the verb. That is not the first, not the second, but the third form of the verb. Now when we say with he, she or it, we change the have to has. Please remember, this is only in present perfect. When we use have for I, you, we and they, and has for he, she or it. Okay? For the third person we use has, and for the first, second and so on we use have. So for the third person we would say has he worked, has she worked, or has it worked. Similarly, has he written, has she written, or has it written, etc. Alright? Now let's see if you can try and answer questions on your own. If I ask you a question, have you ever sung in public? Now what is sung? Sung is the past participle of the verb sing. That means to sing in public, right? Sing, the thing that this lady is doing. She's singing. So, I will ask you, have you ever sung in public? Look at the structure. The structure has have, the subject. In this case, I'm asking you, so you are the subject. Ever, that is the adverb. Sung, which is the past participle of sing. Also, try and think about how you will answer this question in past simple. If I ask you, have you ever sung in public? You can reply in two ways. You can say, yes, I have. Or, if you haven't sung in public, you can say, no, I haven't. I can also ask you, when did you sing in public? Remember, this is past simple form. When did you sing in public? So you can say, I sang in public when I was a child. Where did you sing? You can say, I sang in school. Or you can say, I can ask, why did you sing? You can say that I loved to sing. I love to sing, that's why I sang in public. Okay? Now remember, when you answer questions with have, you will use the past participle of the verb. But when you answer in present simple, you will use the second form of the verb. So I will use, if I ask, when did you sing in public? You can say, I sang in public when I was a child. Okay? That means that when you were a baby or you were a kid, you were not an adult. If I ask you where, you can say I sang in school. Okay? Or I sang in a school competition. Okay? Now remember that whenever we're using the present perfect, we will answer the question with have. And this is not true when we do it in present simple. Past simple. Past simple uses the second form of the verb. Okay? Now moving on to the activity of the week. So what do you have to do this week? You have to answer one question that will follow in the next example. I will show you an example and I will also show you how you answer the question. So you have to answer one of the following questions with a question and an answer. So your question should be in past, in present perfect, and the answer would be in present perfect, also in past simple. So if you are a bit confused, I will make it clearer when we go to the example. So look at this example, please. You see a man with a trophy. You see someone holding a trophy. And the question says, won a competition. Okay? Now you have to make a question with won a competition. And then you have to answer the question when, where, and why. Alright? So let's see the answers. Now your question will be like so. Have you ever won a competition? In this case, I'm using the present perfect with have, right? And then I say, have you ever won a competition? Now this means that if this ever happened to you, you can answer by yes, I have, or no, I haven't. Okay? Now that means you're answering in present perfect. Please also remember that you have to answer the two other questions: when, where, and why. So the first question was, have you ever won a competition? I said yes, I have. Or you can also say no, I haven't. In this case, let's take yes, I have. When did you win the competition? When I was in school, I won the competition. Right? So you were in school and you won the competition. Where did you win the competition? You will say, I won the competition in school. Okay? And then, why did you win a competition? You would say, I won a debate competition. Maybe there was a debate going on and I won the debate participating in the competition. Now let's look at the questions that you will have to answer. The first question is, been to London. Okay? Now you have to make a question using present perfect and then give me an answer with present perfect and also answer these two, when and why, using past simple. So, been to London? What will be the question if I have to ask you a question? Let's look at the next one. Ever visited a museum? How will you make a question in present perfect using the second half, ever visited a museum? What, when, or why? Okay, now this would be the third. Been to a beach. Where, when, and why? So you have to answer the first question using present perfect, and then you have to answer the second, third question as well. Where, when, and why? Okay? Now let's look at the fourth question. Ever met a famous person? Using present perfect. Who, when, and where? These three you have to answer in past simple. Now let's look at the next one. The question is, ridden a horse. When, why, and where? Okay? Have you ever ridden a horse? Now this is a clue for you. Question number 6. Eaten with chopsticks. When, where, and why? Remember, the first question is in present perfect. The answer will be in present perfect. And the next 3 questions you have to answer with past simple. Let's look at the next one. Eaten a frog. Ever eaten a frog? Your answer in present perfect and the question in present perfect. When, where, and why? Question number 8. Broken your phone. When, where, and why? So remember, the question is in present perfect. The answer is in present perfect. And then the next 3 questions have to be answered with present simple. Next, played football in a competition. When, where, and why? Now the last but not the least, lost any money. How much money, where, and when? Alright, Now please remember, what you have to do is answer one of the following questions with one question and one answer combined. So if I give you the few words, you have to make it into a question and answer the question in present perfect. Please remember that your answers should be in present perfect and your questions have to be in present perfect. So that's all for today. I will see you the next week. If you have any questions, please feel free to write to me at my email. Thank you very much. Bye bye.